Yo guys, what's up? It's Bronze League Heroes time, and one of the matchups that we've watched the least of so far. Night Elf versus Human. Dizzy Dwarf against Jeppe. Let's see what they're up to. Jeppe as the red human in the bottom right on this map on Rune Mall. Is going to be playing against Dizzy Dwarf as the green... Teal? Turquoise. Aqua as the Aqua Night Elf in the bottom left of the map. What are we talking about again? Oh yeah, Warcraft 3. I was going into colors too much. So what are we gonna do? Altar, Moonwell, Ancient of War. Okay, Ancient of War at home. I can dig it. I once made a beginner guide for Night Elf where it was very hard for me to think like a beginner because, you know, I'm so good and everything. But I thought it's safer to make your Ancient of War at home because Ancient of War creeping is too difficult. But I have seen a lot of bronze players do perform Ancient of War creeping. So I'm going to adjust my estimates that Ancient of War is out of the realm of possibilities for bronze players. Even though they end up messing it up sometimes, like yesterday we had that guy that last hit 2 of the creeps with the AOW, so he didn't get experience for it. It's still playing the game the right way, so you're still learning how to play, even if it's challenging, right? But Dizzy Dwarf, it's going to make his Ancient of War at home in a very safe location. It hits anyone that approaches. And then he's going to make 2 archers, and the second archer will pretty much be finished by the time Demon comes out. So he won't have the benefit of the tanking Ancient of War and the damage from the Ancient of War, but at least he doesn't have to meddle with the whole uprooting, healing, rerouting, etc. Now I said 2 archers. This Wisp blocks him from making another archer. And this Wisp blocks him from doing the Ancient of Wonders trick to make another archer. So what I would do here as Dizzy Dwarf, cancel this Wisp, make a Wonders, you drop to 18 pop, make archer, cancel the Wonders, cost about 30 resources max. Now you're 21 over 20. You got your second archer coming. And then when the Moonwell finishes, you can make the 1 or 2 archers that you still wanted. I think that's better because he's making an archer now, but it could have been done already. And then he's creeping more, he's taking less damage. You know, just little things. Meanwhile, holy crap. We got one of these guys. Jeppe has gone for an alchemist first. I guess that's his answer when you ask, do you like non-meta? Jeppe? He's tanking with a footman, which ironically does have more armor than an alchemist. So is it even the right play? Alchemist is one of the lowest armor heroes in the game, the lowest. One of the lowest agility heroes. He has a good base attack time, which means that Alchemist benefits a lot from Gloves of Haste and agility. But he has very low starting agility. And he gets attack speed from things like Chemical Rage and from agility and gloves. So Chemical Rage is the ability he opened with. It is a strange first ability because it is physically impossible for you to spend mana. It costs 25, but the cooldown is so long that you're always full mana when you use it again. So as a first ability, it always feels very strange to me because you're not able to make a lot of use of that large mana pool. So I would normally start with Acid Bomb to do creeping acceleration. And then Heal Spray. I usually go for the 2 spells. But if you do go Chemical Rage, the second best spell is usually Acid Bomb because debuffing someone's armor and then hitting them a lot sounds a lot better than debuffing their armor and then going AFK channeling a Healing Spray. So I think it's Acid Bomb Rage, which is very cool, but doesn't do anything on Dryads. And Night Elves make Dryads a lot. So normally wouldn't be going for Alchemist first against Night Elf, but let's see how it plays out. And there is a Hunter's Hall. Dizzy Dwarf maybe going for Dryads. He does have Heal Spray second, not Acid Bomb. So that's probably for the best. So a cool trick to stop creeps from attacking your low footman. You can take the footman, instead of trying to move out of range, which needs him to move this far, you can actually take the footman, issue an attack command on your own town hall, immediately cancel it, stay, and they actually stop attacking that footman. You can also use this footman to attack this one, and they will start retargeting on the alchemist. It's this weird, obscure AI deep tech that high-level players are using a lot, but bronze players aren't aware of. Why does it work? Warcraft 3 was coded to have creeps attack units that attack them back over units that are attacking another player, even if that player is themselves. This is why when you show up with a hero and you come here with a hero, and someone is creeping this, right? Player B is creeping, player A shows up. Player B attacks the hero with all of his units, and then the creeps think, okay, we've got one neutral guy, and one guy is trying to help us kill a player-controlled unit. Let's kill the neutral guy, because all of these guys seem to be our friends. They're all attacking this player A hero. Let's join him. It can feel very unfair. You show up to creepjack player B, and he's busy, and then suddenly the creeps retarget to you. The way to avoid it would be your hero comes in, you immediately attack player B. Now you are also an ally to creeps, because you're killing a player-controlled unit. So now, at best, you have equal targeting priority by an opponent. But then the moment you start running from him, because your one hero cannot match their 5 units, then you become the cuck again that all the creeps want to attack. So that's a lot of footmen. I can see why he's going healing spray. That's crazy. Why did you make so many footmen? Got an arcane tower coming up. I'm gonna put a little pin in something in the future. Something exciting for the future to look forward to. This looks like a death trap for town portals. He could get units stuck here. Just something to whet your appetites, guys. This is open, sadly, as is this. So if he double taps TP, his alchemist will be here and all his footies will be here. So sadly, he will be able to get out. But I look forward to something here. We'll see how it goes. It's gonna be Paladin second. Oh my god, Jeppe loves... I want to copy this build. I love it. Paladin second. Holy Light, Devotion Aura. Healing and armor. Sanctum for healing, no doubt. And I think what would be lovely to add is a blacksmith, armor upgrade, iron plating, and defense upgrade on footies. And then you go to tier 3 and you get inner fire, knights, and more armor upgrades. You try to create this invincible army of units. And because he's against Archer Dryad, literally turning on defense while healing himself is all the damage he needs, as defense has a 30% chance of reciprocating and bouncing back piercing attacks. He wouldn't even need to attack. Just stand there and heal. Does Dizzy Dwarf have the discipline not to attack into it? Like a Tracer shouldn't attack into a Genji that turns on deflect. Ah, sorry guys, I missed the lightning shield kill. It's a self kill on the archer. Maybe multiple. I feel like he had either 6 or 7. Ah, no, okay, he sent one home. Is it class plus 4 or 5 now? It is 5 again, but the overlay is a W3 champions imposed. Oh, they fixed it. Okay, never mind. Yeah, it's 5 again. Used to be 6, became 4, now it's 5. So what do we got? Armor upgrade, I hope. Jeppe going for the classical bronze late tier 2 expansion.
A player's forces
Not currently making any units, which is also a classic. Not using the buildings that are finished, like blacksmith, which is also a classic. And then attacking while you have over 1,000 gold in the bank. Not a good idea to me, but Alchemist has been creeping a lot. He's gonna come in with the chemical rage. He's got very fast attack speed. It sure would be a shame if he wasted that attack speed by channeling a heal. There we go, he's attacking. No, he's not attacking. He's healing again. Yeah, that's why I don't like chemical rage and healing spray. But guess what? Everything Night Elf had died. He only focused the Alchemist, who's literally getting healing waved. Holy lighted by Paladin. And if that sounds like a misprioritization by Night Elf to lose 4 archers while right-clicking the single tankiest guy with 1225 HP on Alchemist, if that sounds like something only bronze players would do, sadly not the case. I was looking at the comments of one of my recent uploads where I went for the Lich with the Necromancers and Banshees, if you guys remember. He said, why did you focus the Mountain King? It kept getting healed over and over by the Paladin, who had Devotion and Holy Light, therefore couldn't have Divine Shielded himself. And I was gonna give a quippy response to put him in his place, but I realized he's right. So yeah, it happens to all of us every now and then. Or maybe it's happening to me because I'm watching these games. Bronze shaming. I can't do bronze shaming when the bronze is in all of us. So, Master Training Bears, Naga level 2, Demon 3, Dryads Bears. This looks like a wonderful high-tech army. He's going straight over 50 without any consideration to economy plays.
Players' forces are under attack.
But they always go over 50 with a bit, not a lot. Oh, there we go. 57 pop. Dude, he's super strong right now. He should attack. And Jeppe made himself weak. All he has is Footman. He actually prioritized attack upgrades on Footman over armor, but now he's getting armor as well. And he's got a couple of priests without upgrade. And as always, they always go tier 3 as well. The best way to make yourself incredibly weak is to save up lots of money and then expand and go tier 3 but make no units. Nice healing spray on the Footman. He focused and killed the Dryad, but he cannot possibly deal with these bears. It's just not possible. He's gonna have to TP out, lose every single peasant, and then what? What he needs is griffins or knights, and I think it's gonna be knights considering his setup. Yeah, absolutely huge punishing attack by Dizzy Dwarf. He just did a standard attack. He got his Druids of the Claw training finished. Decided this is when I'm strong, this is when I'm attacking. It's exactly what you want to do. This is a very good unbronze-like habit. Someone recently on my YouTube asked, what is a timing attack? You talked about a 9-minute timing attack. What is that? Would it be an 8-minute timing attack if he attacked a minute earlier? Then what's the opposite of a timing attack? And my answer is, the opposite of a timing attack. Well, first let's define it. A timing attack is attacking at the peak of your power. Right after you get level 3 hero, you attack. That's a timing attack. It's a level 3 attack. Okay? Right after you get Master Claw training and a bunch of bears, that's your power peak. So your timing is now. Attacking as you get your Master Claw finished with a couple of bears, that's the timing attack. It is essentially a complement for using your power peak at the time that you get it. If you just finish an upgrade, like Polymorph, and then you attack, again, it's a timing attack. What's the opposite? Anti-timing. Right? We don't usually say anti-timing attack, but we say that's an anti-timing. The equivalent would be saving up 1,000 gold, going tier 3, making an expansion, and then doing a cross-map footman attack. It's essentially an anti-timing. Had he not gone tier 3 and expanded, but instead of just having 10 footmen that killed 4 archers, also had 4 priests and 2 swords and 1 breaker, he would have ended and won the game right there. So the timing attack would have won. Now he just did damage. And then he went to defend his expansion, even though he damn well knew it only just finished, and he's still finishing his tier 3. So even the defense by Jeppe against Dizzy Dwarf was literally an anti-timing. He could not have been less ready for that fight, and he still took it, because he's just playing reactive. He's reacting to what he sees. You attack me, therefore I defend. So Dizzy Dwarf is actually playing a very good macro game, whereas Jeppe played a good creeping game. He's also playing off meta, which is awesome. And he ambitiously went into many directions, which is cool, expanding and going to tier 3. But he was not fighting at the right times. So let's see how it works out. This game is not over yet. Dizzy Dwarf does have a large army, 68 population. But on the other side, what would have really helped this army is upgrades. He doesn't have any. So that's a little downside. He's got the money for it. He's got the availability for it. He's just not doing it because he's forgetting or doesn't know how valuable it is. Therefore, Jeppe gets some time afforded to him. This allows him to build an aviary, which is no doubt going to be griffins, as he can't see any other way to kill the bears than by having griffins. Dizzy Dwarf is going to lose a bear to creeps, which happens to everyone now and then in their worst nightmares. And Jeppe is walking around the map in formation movement, looking for creeps that no longer exist, but finally he stumbles upon one, and that's going to help him a little bit. Let's see if he's going to purchase anything from the marketplace. There's a couple of claws, definitely not worth buying. Jeppe making some knights. He has his first knight in production. Inner Fire would also be cool, but he doesn't even have this spell, so he can't even remove Roar or Rejuvenation. And Dizzy Dwarf just upgraded the Mark of the Claw upgrade that allows bears in Druid of the Claw bear form to still use Roar, which is nice easy mode. So without this spell and without breakers, Roar could be devastating as it's 25% bonus damage. The knight needs to walk up to survive. The other one will be caught. The combination of Dryad, Slow Poison and Naga is just enormous. In Warcraft 3, unlike in some games like Heroes of the Storm, slow actually stacks. If you get slowed by Naga, you're slow. Get slowed by Dryad, you're slow. But you get slowed by both, glacial. You start walking backwards almost, you're so slow. So Jeppe is now starting Griffin production. Problem with Griffins, they cannot deal with Dryads. Dryads are magic immune, Griffins have magic attack. Do the maths. So you would need Mortars to deal with Dryads. Knight Griffin maybe to deal with the bears, if that's your direction. There's other ways, but that's one way. And then the footies have almost no value. If they have defend upgrade, quite a bit better. And the priests, they should be there for Inner Fire. Jeppe goes over 50 pop with a single population. I'd be probably making sorceresses or breakers together with other units. Stay on 50 as long as you can, buy time, do hit and runs, and then go over 50 in one fell swoop with lots of units. But the disregard for upkeep is a very common theme in Bronze, which means this costs him a lot of money and his army isn't going to be as big as it could. What he needs is 3 knights, 4 griffins, and 1 or 2 mortars. But now he will just have 3 griffins and a knight. So it's not going to be enough to deal with what Dizzy Dwarf has. Pretty cool to kill the double lore. However, Dizzy Dwarf already has the army he needs to win the game. The only question is, does Dizzy Dwarf know this? Because Dizzy Dwarf came to defend. He has 80 population, he's maxed out. There's almost no way to get more. Like, he can go into high upkeep, right? But it's massive income deprivation. He's remaking the double lore, which is cool. But the correct play for Dizzy Dwarf now is to expand once or even twice with how strong his army is. And to do an attack, frontal attack on the human base. Jeppe, he's a defensive-minded player though. He's made his towers in a very cool spot. I love how he's using the terrain.
Hey,
Needs to not dig here though.
What's your fave color as human? Mine is dark blue.
Favorite color as human? Pink. If the dwarves don't dig too deep and greedily, he will not uncover the Balrog of the back door. And these towers will remain very cute, attacking over the wall. Oh, he's making more. And there's more and more griffins coming out. He's making second attack upgrade. He's got 3 griffins. Oh, he's getting attacked from behind. Does he have town portal? Yes. But he hasn't noticed he's being attacked yet. He's on move command. His priests are getting picked off. Okay, he came here because he thought Dizzy Dwarf has an expansion. And he loses a town portal and a priest, which is 500 gold. When he could have spent 1/10 of that just walking to the laboratory and doing a 50 gold reveal to see if there's an expansion. If there isn't one, you wouldn't have to spend all that stuff. But if there is, then at least you can do a serious attack with everything you've got without making towers at home. Because they have an expansion, you don't need to make towers anymore, you just need to go. So he's done a great job of giving himself the smallest possible army with 53 pop. And as you can see, because he keeps buying items like TP, 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 while being at 51, he might as well just have been at 50, you know, and then you can afford items. So I don't think he knows why his army remains so small. This is like a bad upkeep habit. Whereas Dizzy Dwarf did a better job. He stayed at 50 for a while, and then once he started going over, he kept going over. Didn't start making 4 towers. He's not expanding, right? Isn't wasting TPs, walking over and then TPing home. So Dizzy Dwarf understands economy and timings more. Had he not understood, you know what he would have done? He would have made another Moonwell and then make 1 unit to go over 78. And he'll just go on 82 and then he'll wait. But he's not doing that because he's respecting the upkeep. Jeppe now is struggling to go over because he didn't make all these investments like farms at 50. This is the importance of upkeep. He's making more and more towers, but if you were going to mass tower, that fits a 50 food playstyle. Now, I know I'm harping on about this over and over, but it's the only thing there's really to talk about at the moment. Yo, Grubby, you got me into playing Warcraft 3 after I got randomly recommended your videos on YouTube. I'm a bronze hero myself, but damn, it's so fun and satisfying to play. Stay cool, chat. Yo, welcome to the Grubsters and Youth. Cool to see you here on Twitch and enjoy the games. Grubby, as an orc, I've mastered Farseer Shadow Bloodlust strategy, but I only triumph in my early to mid when my micro fighting is horrible. My headhunters die in numbers. Any advice how to micro this army? I would put your headhunters in another group and you just A move with them at the start of the fight. Never right click. Never ever right click. Just as the fight starts, A move into the opponent with everything you have. Avoid over clicking, over moving. A lot of bronze players, they will right click their army in the middle of the enemy forces, losing damage, getting hit for free. First thing you need to do, A left click next to your opponent with everything you have. Then you watch. Then you adjust any problems that need adjusting. Which means you're going to use hero abilities. And you're pulling back clusters of armies that are in bad position. And you're advancing units into good positions. So let's say if you have this army, you would put knights and footmen on archers. You would get priests away from dryads. And you would focus his bears with griffins. And you would use your hero abilities. That's all you gotta do. It's really not that hard. So Jeppe doing another 55. You know how if Jeppe had stayed on 50, he would have 2,000 gold now. But because he went 53, 55, he's got nothing. All these TP attacks work so well when you're on 50. That's what 50 food is designed to do. Because Dizzy Dwarf has been losing lots of money to upkeep. Because his army is huge. But this guy's army is just big enough to lose him all the money without any of the benefits of it being allowed to take fights. And then he keeps buying Town Portal. So if you're buying a Town Portal, that's 300 gold, right? Or 325 these days. The income loss you get from upkeep is you go from 100% to 70%. So if you take 100 and you do times point, you do divided by, if you do 100 divided by 70, get this, right? So at 325 is actually, you're spending 460 gold all the time on Town Portal. Every time you buy it, it costs more because you've got less money, relatively speaking. So it's very expensive Town Portals just to kill a single Moonrun. So now they're fighting. The Griffins are attacking the Demon Hunter, not the Bears. With the heal spray and the healing ward that Jeppe has, he could actually win this as long as Griffins were focusing the Bears. But all of the Bears are full life. All three healing wards are here. Dizzy Dwarf isn't cancelling any of them. And the Griffins only attack the heroes. So sad. And you know why it's happening? Griffins will attack the nearest anti-air unit, and because Demon has Orb of Venom, they prioritize him. If Demon wasn't there, they would have focused Naga or Archer. So when you're looking at foolproof micro strategies, getting Griffins to kill Bears is never easy for micro. It literally, every fight requires you to target only them. Otherwise, you literally might as well not make them. It's different with Riflemen, you see. Rifles can be attacked by Dryads and can be attacked by Bears and by Archer and by Heroes, so they'll attack anything that's near because everything has the same attack priority. Griffins will ignore Bears because Bears cannot attack Griffins, so Griffins do not see the Bears as a threat, even though, of course, the ground units feel differently about it. So now we got to the point where Jeppe spent all of his money never getting a big army, and he's got way too many peasants on lumber. Of course, that's not going to do anything. He never got an expansion. And now he's just AFK. And I feel like we might still be here for a while, because there's currently zero progress in what he's doing, right? He's not expanding, he's not making units, just staying behind. And I think he spitefully wants to make use of the tower investment. This investment paid off so little for him. I think he just wants to be attacked in his base once. And maybe his opponent goes full not smart person and attacks his base and loses a lot of units to towers. So what Dizzy Dwarf can do now is he could uproot his Tree of Eternity and he could go expand with his main base. But he's not doing this. So at the moment we have a stalemate of a stoppable force and a penetrable wall. And that's a stalemate. Bit of a cold war. Yeah, it's actually colder than a cold war. It's a frigid war. So the Griffins are scouting. Did you take your expand? Did you take mine? And he didn't. He's got another Griffin here. He wants to know where the Tree of Eternity is gonna go. And Digidwarf didn't upgrade Nature's Blessing, so it is very, very slow. And in about 3 minutes from now, the Tree of Eternity will decide that Jeppe is in fact not an orc. Increase game speed? Yeah. Let's increase game speed a bit. I am watching live. When I started watching this, the game wasn't over, but thank you for reminding me of that. Unleash the river. Baroom, baroom. So somehow Digidwarf found a creep camp. Griffins are now starting Whisper Ras. He's killing every single wisp without any reaction from Digidwarf. So Digidwarf is now down to 0 wisps. Ah, it's getting countered by auto replenish on the Moonwell, which I think checks every 1 second. So even though he's literally not looking at this until now, it foolproof protected the wisp. It's a right-click autocast on Moonwells. The reason all the others died is because they were out of range. So if you're looking for foolproof methods to keep wisp alive in such a scenario, try turning on auto replenish and making Moonwells near the trees. So now every wisp is dead. It'd be really funny if Dizzy Dwarf had no money to remake wisps. And in fact, he's making double dryads with the freed up supply. Instead of saving money for wisps, I don't know. Jeppe is at his best when his back is against the wall. And that is very impressive. It took all this time for him to unleash his full potential. The Griffin proxy war. Meanwhile, because he needs more than 4,000 lumber, he's removing the natural defenses of this triple guard tower triplet ambush party. So sad. Does he really need 6,000 lumber? Or would it maybe be an idea to stop gathering lumber to remove the illusion of progress? Because he sees his peasants working, right? He's like, I've got a bustling town. I'm still going for the stars. Like, nope, he's massing griffins, he's never expanding, and he's removing the natural defenses. If his castle was under siege, he would start draining the moats. If his castle was under long-term siege, he would start doing environmental politics to stop the usage of oil, even though they need to throw burning oil on the attackers. Meanwhile, as horrid as his economy management is, his griffin management is second to none. Well, metaphorically speaking. Because he's killed wisps, he's denied the gold mine, and now we're at a bit of an impasse. We're gonna get 10,000 lumber on Jeppe, and we're gonna get absolutely 0 gold on Dizzy Dwarf. He's remaking wisps. I like that he actually cut the rope, let's say, and he's making wisps, because now we have an opportunity of a draw. Because if Dizzy Dwarf spends all of his money on wisps, while having no way to stop this history from repeating over and over, like a version of Robert Jordan's The Wheel of Time, then we now have a chance of all of those wisps dying to griffins if for some reason he decides to, I don't know, gather 2,000 lumber. Since he's at 1,000, it's like might as well go to 2,000. These wisps are safe here now, but will he keep them secret? Will he keep them safe? This remains to be seen. Because that idle worker pop-up is pretty annoying. I don't know about you, but I feel like it'd be pretty good to gather some lumber from right about here. But so far he's resisting his OCD of putting them to work. And Jeppe, without Town Portal this time, does a triple priest initiate attack. His goal? Victory. His method?
A town is
Simultaneous pincer attacks. Simultaneous double pronged attacks. And it's working. Dizzy Dwarf is running with control group 1. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And the wisps? He's bringing them with him. But the bears? Yo. Yo. Yo, the bears! It's working, dude. Slow. Very slow. But I can't believe Dizzy Dwarf brought everything. He thought 3 priests will level his base before he can react. No! You created space to creep! That's why you did the attack? You don't want to kill the Tree of Eternity or anything like that? It's for the crabs. Oh well, there's always in 2 minutes from now when Dizzy Dwarf will forget that griffins exist. The alchemist attacks his main again. And he will again send all of his army, not half, but all of his army to defend his main. And then the tree will surely die. Or will Jeppe use the opportunity to kill the snowy owl this time? Quick, guys! He's not here. Kill the owl. Here we go. We've seen this before. Will it work so well this time? Or will Dizzy Dwarf leave his dryads at his expansion this time? At least some of them.
The town is under siege.
There's 1 archer and 3 bears. This time, griffins are straddling the middle line. Dizzy Dwarf doesn't want to be fooled again. Fool on me, shame on you. Shame the fool again. You can't fool me shame twice again. Dizzy Dwarf is going to try to cancel the gold mine. Can he? Uh-oh, this time it's a surround. Demon and Naga. But he gets the gold mine again. He does need some healing. And the pincer attack. Once again. Turn on the chemical rage, brother. Kill the moonwells. Do it. I would send home the priest right now. My chocolate starfish would be puckered so hard. You wouldn't be able to get a griffin attack in there. He's running, but the priests are coming in. He cancelled the gold mine again. But he cannot afford to lose any units. They're all so precious. No! This just proves you don't need to run faster than a dryad. You just need to run faster than your friend. So sad. Alexa? Oh, he's going for the Tree of Eternity. Now, is there a Staff of Preservation? No, there isn't. Dizzy Dwarf has had enough of it! This clown show! He's sending every single unit away from his Tree of Eternity. You could have had it all. Just all he had to do was leave 5 dryads here and never touch them. Take them out of your control group. But now he's freaking doing a tilt attack. Dude, where are all the trees that were protecting your towers, dude? Are you really satisfied with your 6,000 lumber? Oh my god, all the towers are getting attacked. And he stuck himself. Oh, he stuck himself. The towers are dying without his alchemist even getting any hits in. Griffins are coming home. This is potentially the final fight. Who would have known that it would go like this? All the towers have fallen. So sad. Those trees were so important. Hey, but 6,000 lumber. Griffins are coming home. Guard tower should of course be attacking dryads, as he literally cannot kill the dryads with griffins. Ah, no holy light on the alchemist. Griffins finally show up. This time he is attacking the bears. He could have won this, man. Just don't cut the trees. Ah, demon sick. No, pause? What? We don't have chat, so we don't know why he's pausing, but Did you do He just wants to buy time. Why? What's his grievance here? Dizzy Dwarf is a hacker. Night Elf is OP. I've got pizza coming. I can still win. It's just a flesh wound. I don't know. It's a classic. Wonderful. Wonderful pause, BM. Dizzy Dwarf finally decided to And I think if his Tree of Eternity didn't die, he wouldn't even have attacked. And keep in mind, he could have done this anytime in the last 20 minutes, Dizzy Dwarf. He did not need to wait this long. He was so strong and he didn't know it. What an awesome game. It was so bronze. I love it. Hope you guys enjoyed it too. If you did, make sure to sub to the channel for more stuff like this. And we'll go to the next. See you next video. Cheers.